We're live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another installment of OmniBros Live, the Sunday edition. Coffee, quote unquote, yet nobody's drinking coffee, but coffee with the OmniBros, where we talk about all the entertainment news, plus answer some questions from the good old chat. I am joined by my co-host and good friend, Gabe. How are you, buddy?
Pleasure to be here, man. Great to be here with you, Gio, here with all of our viewers on a beautiful Sunday. It's actually getting kind of cold here in Vegas.
Ooh.
After this, I'm going to the bar to watch a Raider game, but it's really to drink dollar beers and $5 hot wings. So
Nice.
What up, Matt in the chat? What up, my son?
we have a pretty lively chat already.
That's I know. Awesome. Yeah, I'm a little late. I literally just got out the shower. Like, I'm still kind of wet on my back, and that's not a racist remark.
But speaking of news and entertainment, my phone is going off over there. We can talk about our fabulous sponsor, InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions and manga up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. And if you order $50 or more in your collected shipping or your collected editions, you get free shipping. That's fantastic. Fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging that you can only get when you visit our sponsor, InStockTrades.com.
The packaging is so good that people keep it to use later when they sell or trade a book on the group. Or when I sell on eBay. I keep that stuff for eBay sales as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. No sales right now for in-stock trade, but they have been really loading up the damage section lately. And by damage is like nick and dent and like, all the cellophane is not completely sealed, or really it's almost like the nitpicky damage stuff. So it's always a great extra special deal when you go through some of those damage items.
Oh, for sure. Oh, we already got a couple questions in.
Word. What is Gabe's fall Starbucks beverage of choice? I only drink one type of coffee, and it's iced Americano.
Yeah.
And sometimes I might throw a curveball, and I'll put almond milk in it.
Yeah.
Whoa, man! I'm sweating already. I'm so dangerous.
But almond milk is great. I like it.
Oh, it's awesome. It's got a lot of protein in it, guys.
Yep.
So.
And it's sweeter too. It tastes sweeter.
Yeah, and I just do like a tiny little splash. I don't have like a big fill of it. Just enough to. Usually I take it. Usually I like it black. I like my iced Americanos black. Sometimes it's a little much, and that helps kind of cut it a little bit. What about you, Gio? What's your go-to coffee of choice?
I'm a big fan of iced coffee, actually. So yeah. It's awesome. You get all the goodness of coffee, plus it's sweeter, and you can have it cold, just the way I like it.
I never started drinking coffee. Like, I was never one of those like teenagers or early, or even in my early 20s that drank coffee. I didn't start until I had kids, and I don't sleep. And I like to think that the coffee helps, but it really doesn't. It just makes me poop.
All right, there you go.
It's Sunday. Right. Shout out to the New York Giants and shout out to the mighty OmniBros. Thank you, sir.
Nice.
Thank you, true story. That is a true story. So we got a lot. We got some good topics to talk about today. There's been some news. There's been some twists and some turns going on.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to start out with? First, let's talk about Jess is dead, so that's why he's not here right now.
They're probably gonna ask, but yeah, he's not feeling a little bit well, so he'll be back later.
Yeah, he's a little sickies.
Hey, look, we got somebody else joining us.
Whoa, we got this fool. I know. I think I know why he's here too. There's one particular reason. There's one topic we were about to talk about today, and I know that's why Homeboy jumped in while driving his car. What's up, Blue?
No, it's fine. Keep going. It's cool. It's totally cool. I'm good, man. I'm good. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Orlando. It's nice to be right with certain things. It's pretty good. It's a good day. I just want to hear a few words from you guys. What was that? Was I what?
I don't know about you being right, but what in case anybody isn't quite sure, is one of the topics we're going to bring up today. So let's go and start with that since you got a special guest here with Comics Guide 101. The Alan Moore Swamp Thing Absolute Volume 1 has been, wait for it, has been
canceled.
Delayed a month.
Dang,
no, not
dang.
Delayed 1 month. So I think the new date for it's November 14, I believe it is.
Yeah.
So it's delayed a few weeks. But never let anybody say that a Puerto Rican would not get the chance to prove you that he was right at one point. Would not let that go.
It's in the blood, man. Gio will attest to that.
I wanted it to come out, but part of me was like, man, I think Luis might be right on this one. It's a little bit sketchy sometimes, but I don't know. DC, I don't know what happened. I thought they had it in the bank.
Yeah, there's no way it's being canceled, dude. It's a month away. Well, technically now, almost 2 months away. Yeah. It's been printed. Maybe something happened at the printers. Maybe there's a shipping like snafu that happened or something like that. But it's the never will our community ever not completely boil over with any slight news of a possible cancellation, delay, or an anthill that they could turn into a mountain.
Yeah, no, it's so. What do you think? Because it's only a month. It's not like it was a huge delay or anything like that. Maybe there was a printing error. You think that could be it?
We can speculate on. I think it might be just like a scheduling snafu where they're like, "Oh, we got too much stuff coming out this month, or too much stuff coming out that month, or not enough coming out." Because that's the week before. No, that's the middle of the month. So it's right before Black Friday. So maybe it's to help coincide with that. I'm being more positive. I'm being more positive about it. I think it's going to be something more along the lines of that.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because we've been joking around a bit, saying it's going to get canceled, and I started laughing like, really, wow. It's just a month pushback, so like you said, it's probably maybe they're just trying to coincide more with the holiday season. Because it would make let me tell you, it would make a badass Christmas gift for your favorite omnibus collector out there.
Or just anybody who's like, I want to get into comics. I don't know where to start, but I don't want to read your stupid spandex superhero stuff where everybody's punching one another, and I also don't want to read anything super indie that's really all about boobs and masturbating. So you get the Swamp Thing that is a intelligent intellectual book, but again is a familiar character in a familiar environment. Because I think Batman shows up in it too, so you get that kind of stuff.
All right. Was there anything else coming out that week that might have maybe made DC go, okay, this is a pretty stacked week, let's push it back a little bit?
I would have to look that up. That's a loaded question. Not sure.
Let me check real quick.
Those books are harder to print, I would think, because you got to print them. They always come. The Absolutes always come in those not really cool boxes. They come in those shipper boxes. So there's a lot to it.
What's the retail on that? Because I'm definitely getting that. I'm not even, me, I don't collect really physical editions anymore, but I'm picking that up.
I'll log in. Let me log in and take a look at it real quick and see. Also, so there's no dead air. This is something I keep bringing up to people. This week was the final order cutoff, so the last chance for stores to order that local comic book day stuff, which included the double reprint of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers stuff. So, and I know a lot of people are after that, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't get the chance to get it because they have shitty stores that don't want to spend $35 to be a part of this group to get these books. So,
I mean, while you guys are looking that up, we could also bring up the fact that we hit our goal, baby, for the not giveaway, for the
comic book for
donation.
Kids.
Yes, for Comic Book for Kids, the fundraiser.
Record time too, right?
Yeah. We last time I checked, we were at 536. We added a new stretch goal of $700, and if we hit $700, we will do a live reading with voices of Batman Damned.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Yeah, it'll be very theater, old time radio style, where
Yes.
we will pick what characters we are and read the dialogue and read the narrations for Batman Damned. So
yes,
if you guys want to see that and you want to suffer through that, share. I'll put the link in the description and in the chat. Share, donate. The more money you make us do, the more money we get, the stupider things that we end up having to do. Like if we hit $1,000, I would read Berserker Volume 1 topless on the air.
Nice.
So if you've ever wanted to hear Justice sound like Harley Quinn, he is mounted on Batman. Now's your chance.
Oh boy,
gonna happen. So Alan Moore's Swamp Thing is $100. It's $99.99.
Oh, and with the IST discount, we're looking at maybe $60.
Maybe even less. That might even be a half off. Who knows? I'm thinking I'm going to go out there and say that our sponsor is awesome enough to know that people are going to want this. So I think they're going to make it $50.
At least, yeah. At the
And yeah, I mean, even if it's like a standard 42%, I mean, that's still around $60. So it's going to be a great deal. So keep your eyes. November 13th, I think I was just looking. I think November 13th. So keep your eye on it.
Hey,
Mark Lombardo in the chat. Mark Lombardo in the chat says that the Batman Snyder Omnibus is that week. So maybe that's why they pushed it.
All right, peace, guys. I got to get out of here. Bye.
Bye, fool. Late.
Later.
Late.
Deuces.
Michael said the Batman by Snyder Omnibus. Is that coming out that same date too?
Apparently. That's what somebody said. I'll have to look it up again.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, you could still put the two of them out, you know.
They've done it before. There's been weeks where it's like, wow, here's 4 Omnis out of nowhere. But
I don't know, maybe
give it a chance.
Maybe it was just a little snafu or something. But still, it will come out. People don't get upset, peeps. It's coming out anyways. Let's see.
Batman is Halloween.
It's on
it's the October 30th.
Yeah.
So close.
Close.
The original date for Swamp Thing was like the 15th of October, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, we don't know exactly why, but we still have 100% high hopes that it will be out in November, unless they delay it again and again into cancellation.
Pretty interesting. It's a printing professional. My best guess is delays in the bindery. Very common with book binders. That could be it, Mitch. Yeah. Who knows? Probably.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything controversial or crazy out of control or anything like that. It's just, we delayed it a month. It happens. Dude, it happens on regular single floppy issues on a regular basis of just, a deadline was missed or something just wasn't printed quick enough or there was a delay. It happens. So.
Speaking of, does this have to do with our following topic?
What's the following topic?
About the Flash news stories that you wanted to talk about?
Oh, yeah. So let me bring up that article real quick.
About DC adding all of the extra issues on the reprint of Flash Volume 1 by Jeff Johns.
Yeah, so the Jeff Johns Volume 1 Omnibus. I'm pulling up the article. I can't find it. It's in the Facebook group. The only reason I noticed is somebody made a post out of it in the Omnibus group that was a little like, this is terrible. They're I can't believe that DC is adding more material to an omnibus. That is terrible. So that seems to be. I'm still trying to pull this nonsense up.
So I assume it's going to cost more, the reprint, or is it going to be the same price?
I haven't seen anything about the price change, but sometimes that does happen. I mean, what was the last book that happened and it added a bunch of stuff to it? Oh, the X-Men Hickman hardcover. They added like an extra 100 pages, and that went up a little bit. And I'm still trying to figure out where this article was. This is great podcasting, everybody.
Yeah, I think you posted it on our chat, no?
I think I did, but then I found the article. Boom.
Okay. Perfect.
All right, so The Flash by Jeff Johns, Omnibus Volume 1, is getting a new cover, new contents. How about I screen share this?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll need you to help me screen share this, Geo.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. All right. So it's from Bleeding Cool, everybody's favorite comic book news rag site.
Sure.
I enjoy it. So here is DC First, Flash and Superman #1 and more added to new recut of Jeff Johns' Flash Omnibus Volume 1. So it says, The Flash by Jeff Johns Omnibus Volume 1 is getting a new cover and new contents in a new printing, being rush solicited through FOC in a couple of weeks. FOC again meaning final order cutoff. That's the date that stores have to make their final adjustments on how many they are going to order. The previous edition, so the OOP, the out of print one that's been out of print for years and years and years, collected Flash 164 through 167, plus the Flash Our World's at War #1, the Flash Iron Heights #1, and the Flash Secret Files #3 with this original cover.
Mm-hmm.
This version will now go all the way from 164 to 191. So how many extra issues is that? It's a lot of extra issues, like another 13 extra issues. And also contain DC First, Flash, and Superman #1, written by Jeff Johns, with art by Rick Bachetta. I'm gonna Omar this. I'm just gonna make up words.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Prentice Rollins and Jim Sinclair with this Brian Boland cover. The story from 2002, Speeding Bullets, pitted Abracadabra against the original Flash, the new Flash, and Superman in a race against time and space. So this new Brian Boland cover is awesome. I like this a lot better than the original. I think it was Scott Collins cover, but this is good stuff. Good stuff. And that's that. So we're getting a little extra material. It's some stuff that was original in, I think it was originally in this, part of that was in the second original omnibus. So they're just making this omnibus a little bit fatter with some extra content and fun stuff. So
nice. That's better.
Waiting for that to come out. Really excited for that to come out.
Yep.
Because that came out, I wasn't super deep into trying to get DC stuff at that time when I was really coming out. So it went out of print and I couldn't find it. And the binding was kind of garbage. So I kind of avoided it since then. But now's my chance because Jeff Johns' Flash, I think, was the first Flash I ever really read.
You have a question here from Leighton.
Whoa. At Omnibus Collectors Network, at Extreme Gabe, at Gabe of Infinity Watch, since you're the Battle Chasers guy, should I bother with the trade paperback anthology because I never read it, but I like to, and I like Joe Mad's art? All right, so good question. Thanks for the question. Thanks for referring to me as the Battle Chasers guy. I take that with 100% appreciation because I love that stuff so hard. Yes, I will say do grab the trade paperback anthology because it's basically the only way you'll be able to get that comic book series. With that said, there is a hardcover edition of it that came out years and years ago and is super out of print and is probably about the price of someone's mortgage on their house, or at least probably your rent. It's pretty pricey. It's like $400 or $500, I think it is.
Oh wow!
But yeah, so if you're interested in Joe Matt's art and getting just the story and reading it because you never read it before, definitely 100% get the anthology. It is really worth it. It's good stuff. And they get the video game. If you have a Switch or a PlayStation 4, get the video game. The thing is fun.
Is the video game a sequel to the game or to the comic? Sorry, or does it take place in the comic itself?
It's outside of the comic. It's a new story. Yeah,
gotcha. Charlie, I was almost not on today because I didn't have power until an hour ago. So yay, maybe that worked. I don't know.
We almost didn't have a show thanks to bad internet that's outside of Gio's control.
Mm-hmm. Johnny, I hope there's a Gideon Falls hardcover volume 2 for local comic shop day. Hopefully.
I don't think there was a Gideon Falls on the solicits for that.
A lot of people like that. I got to read it. Oh, look at this. $125 a used copy of Battle Chasers. Wow.
For the hardcover?
Is that the slipcase? Slipcase edition? Is that the same thing?
Yeah, that's the slipcase, man. Go for it.
Wow.
Oh, you found it. I thought you meant just like nice at a used comic book store this week or used bookstore this week.
What was the find, dude? Price?
Retail's like $100.
Oh, not bad.
Comes with a poster. I don't know if yours has the poster in it, but it comes with a dope poster. I have. It's a little bit out of my reach, but I have it back here. It's awesome.
I'm still debating if I should get that anthology book simply because it's not going to have posters and extra Joe Matt art. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, if you were following along with the release of that book, like we were, it originally was supposed to have like new material, like new art and behind the scenes stuff. It still has some behind the scenes stuff. There's still a lot of sketches in it and design work and things like that. But it was supposed to have a lot of extra content. And then right before they pressed the print button, they took it all out.
That sucks. Tim, based on the success of the Immortal Hulk and your previous experience, how long for an omnibus, considering OHC or digital alternative? I think it's going to be a while, right? Before we get an omnibus?
It might be. It's really hard to say. There's really no guarantee. There's really no there's no way to quantify or track or make any kind of like a trend status of when a book goes from one format to the other to another to another. Mm-hmm. But with as successful as it is, I would assume we would get an omnibus, but there's not that many issues out yet to do an omnibus. I think there's 22 either out and or solicited. So there's really not enough for an omnibus. A lot of omnibuses are about 30 to 35 issues. I'm just going to get the OHCs. I prefer to get the OHCs if I can, just for the easy reading ability. But if it's something that like they only put in the omnibus or the OHCs are already kind of out of print, like with Thor, then I'll grab the absolute, or I'm sorry, I'll grab the omnibus.
Yeah, I mean, if you would rather wait for that omnibus, then go digital and see what happens. But easily, I would say maybe a year before we get some type of announcement.
Right, and you can always get like the trades or the OHCs just to enjoy the story. Mm-hmm. And if you really, really are just kind of just bent on only having the omnibus, you can always, once the omnibus is announced, sell that stuff and put that towards the omnibus.
Yeah.
So with local comic book store day, there's the only like hardcover stuff that's being released, or like collected edition stuff that's being released, is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers blind box that has a Shattered Grid hardcover in it. The reprints of 1 and 2 for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers hardcover, and a Deceased hardcover. Then there's also something called These Savage Shores trade paperback gold edition. That's really it for collected editions. But one more thing, and this is really probably just for me, is a Invader Zim Treasury edition. Those things are cool. I like those. Just a really big, oversized. Yeah, good stuff.
Thought this was pretty interesting. From Larry, Swamp Thing can be a printing error. If it were, and a reprinting was necessary, followed by the binding and then a slipcase, we would be looking at a lot more than a 6-week delay. Probably a slipcase issue. Maybe.
We'll see. Could be anything. Could be, you know, a rat got in the printing machine and jammed things up for a little bit. You know, who knows? All that really matters, you know, when it comes out, none of it's going to matter.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of not being that important, Charlie is mentioning what I was going to talk about, is that Spider-Man is miraculously back at the Disney Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, wow. Shocker. I was so worried. Like, I didn't know what to do with myself if Spider-Man somehow was not going to be part of the MCU. Like, we all knew this was going to happen. It was never going to go out of the MCU.
Yeah, I mean, we're dealing with a lot of money, and to Disney to be like, well, Sony said no, so, well, what are we going to do? We're not going to do anything. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
What was the details on it? Isn't it like it's now going to be like a 25% Marvel is now going to do Disney, whomever is going to.
Yeah, the co-financing is 25%. Whereas previously it was only 5%, and I think the ticket revenue is going to be 25% as well. And in this new deal, Tom Holland is going to do 2 more movies for the Marvel Cinematic stuff, and then everything's up in the air again. So we'll probably have another negotiation later on, maybe like 3 years from now or something like that. But in the meantime, there's this rumor based on what Feige told in a press release that there might be some surprises. So a lot of people are speculating that the Sony Spider-Man Marvel characters are going to cross over in some shape or form, or they're going to integrate everything together. I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, I really hope, I would love to see a Tom Holland and Tom Hardy Venom kind of crossover thing. I would love to see Tom Holland get infected with the symbiote for a moment or something.
Yeah, that'd be fun. And he gets because I think when Marvel does the movies, it's only like they can only borrow so much, and then Sony keeps all the toys. So maybe if it's a shared thing, we can see like the different Spider-Men and women, and we can see other concepts in the Sinister Six and all that stuff. So hopefully it works out.
Yeah, either way, we knew this was going to happen. This is like when Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth were like, nope, this is my last Thor, or this is my last time I'm playing Thor or Captain America. And then all of a sudden they wake up one day and they got like a swimming pool full of cash and drugs. And then like, okay, I'm back to being Captain America again. Let's go do Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. So it happens. We called it. That was just a negotiation tactic to kind of get it out there in the ether of the pop culture community to get everybody into a panic and make everybody that shows Sony and Marvel like they want this to happen. So let's make it happen. And Geo froze, everybody. So right now you're stuck here with Gabe Infinity Watch.
Oh, I'm here. Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah. It was a little bit too weird that nothing's happening for 30 minutes. I've been working well. Something's about to happen, and there you go. Yes, Mike, everything is going to be in continuity now, hopefully. And I hope we get the Inhumans. That's all I'm asking for. They have nothing to do with Spider-Man, but that's okay.
They can always go back and redo that, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've got Captain Marvel. She toyed around with the Kree experiment cells and different planets, so that could be an alternative. You have the Miss Marvel show. You could see Lockjaw on there. That could lead into the Inhumans. There are a lot of avenues for this to take. So we'll see. I'm excited. Gabe, Geo, is there any chance that Marvel is going to print further volumes of Ultimate Spider-Man Omnis? I would love a second volume, but I have no idea.
I think there's always a chance, but it seems more and more unlikely since it's been so long since that first one's come out. With no like mention of it happening or even like reprinting any like new editions of the oversized hardcovers or anything like that. So
I think they would rather reprint volume 1 in all honesty and then see if it sells and then do a volume 2, maybe.
Right. I'm so happy that I have all the hardcovers now. That I have that full set.
Yeah.
So
those hardcovers. I need to get volume 12. The stuff before Death of Spider-Man. That's the only one I don't have because I have them in like the smaller premiere edition hardcovers from back in the day.
Okay.
Guys, the DC website has Absolute Arkham Asylum coming out this week. Is this true? Or are we never going to see this? It is true. It is coming out.
It's not on this. It's not on this week though. That's an old. That has to be. You know how even IST will have it or something like that. The old original solicitation date.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to happen or not. It might just. You might want to just chalk it up to it being canceled. Because I'm looking up Arkham Asylum in Diamond, and I don't see. I've never seen an Arkham Asylum omnibus.
Absolute.
Or Absolute. I'm sorry.
There is a cover for it on the previous page, but I don't know. Let's see if it's still here.
Oh wait, I see it here. It is now slated. I'm sorry, I was looking at Omnibus and not Absolute. It now has October 2nd. October 2nd is going to be your day. That's when it comes out.
All right.
This week has got some good stuff because of that question. I looked it up real quick. There's some good stuff this week. This is a good week. And you guys can find that out tomorrow on our weekly hauls, reads, and releases.
Previews, yeah.
Yep.
Hopefully Sony stops with the Madam Web movie idea. You know, at how ridiculous it may sound, I'm going to say I'm looking forward to the idea because you don't necessarily have to do the original Madam Web. You could sort of try something different with the Spider-Man mythos. Maybe it can be what was her name? Carpenter. What was her first name? I forgot her name. The second
Karen
Madam
Carpenter?
Web.
Oh,
Jessica? Whatever. You guys know what I mean. The second Madam Web with the black and white Spider-Man costume. Julia Carpenter. There we go. Maybe it could be her, and maybe that could lead to a character like Silk showing up and start for like the Totem stuff or the Spider-Verse with the all the vampire bad guys with Moreland, stuff like that. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I say we give it a chance.
Toying with them. Yeah. But I can sort of understand why people would go, oh, Madam Web, you're going to do a movie based on that old character? Like, hey, maybe she passes away in that movie and Carpenter's the new Web and she's fighting off Moreland or something like that. Who knows?
They never do the old version. They just do the new version.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't need to get into these movies. Never get into the deep continuity of things. It's always just like the version they want now.
Yeah.
I'm up for the idea. See what happens because everybody was like, Mobius movie. That's stupid. Stupid vampire. Stupid Jared Leto. And that's probably and it went through it. It's happening, and it might actually be a good movie. So
yeah, it already finished filming, I think.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's I always use Guardians of the Galaxy as an example where everybody was like, what's a Groot? And now it's like
now everybody knows who the hell Groot is. It's amazing.
Right.
Bruce, I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to say 2023, 24. I don't know.
Sounds good to me.
And I bet you we will have an Easter egg with Chris Evans as Old Cap in some shape or form. I guarantee it. That's my hunch.
Oh, I'm sure he's going to show up in the those Disney Plus series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Miracle, I think it should be 3 absolutes because it was 6 hardcovers and they're doing 2 books per absolute.
Yeah. When I was looking it up, the solicitation said this is the first of 3.
Speaking of 3, somebody asked, do we get the 3rd Grant Morrison Batman Omnibus? That hasn't been announced yet, but it should be coming out next year.
It's going to happen. I hope so. I mean, we all think DC is crazy with their releases and stuff like that and their cancellations and only doing like 1 or 2 of like a 3-volume set. I don't think they're going to pull the plug on anything Batman related, let alone Batman Grant Morrison.
Oh yeah, for sure. Author and the story's pretty great, so no doubt. So there's another question.
And plus, a lot of that was done by Tony Daniel, and Tony Daniel is now the new main artist on Batman. So,
Jeffrey, the coach should be coming up soon-ish, I think, right?
Maybe. I don't remember when the last code came out.
I think it was in May, so I'm probably thinking somewhere in October you might see it. I'm not too sure. We'll get back to you on that.
Joe Chip in the chat asked if we're going to get the Bloodshot Omnibus. I was this close. Like I was right there to buying it yesterday.
Yeah.
Because we had Jim Shooter in the store. And I was like, dude, that'd be cool to get Jim Shooter to sign this. But I had to level head prevailed in that situation.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of old Valiant, just going to be honest. I prefer the current stuff, but it looks cool regardless.
Yeah.
Plus, I saw some of your Instagram footage from yesterday. That was fun.
Man, having Jim Shooter is awesome. That guy, if you ever go to a convention with Jim Shooter, like literally, please carve out some time to go visit him. He is the definition of a legend that we have right now. A lot of times when people come to the store or at a convention, they bring stuff to sell, like prints and copies of their own comics and scripts sometimes and things like that. And Jim Shooter had this huge luggage that he brought with him, and that we assumed was that, prints and comics to sell and things like that. So he set him up a little table next to him, and he brings out these binders. And he sets up all these binders. And in these binders is all these documents, like old, like typed up memos from like typed up memos from Stan Lee, pictures of him in the offices, pictures of him with all these different creators like Bill Sienkiewicz and John Byrne. And he literally just kind of carries his career life in these binders. Wow. And he's not there to sell them, because some of these like memos I was reading were awesome from correspondence between him and Stan Lee, or memos that Stan Lee would put out. Like one of them was it was about X-Men 113, and he goes, "I don't know who drew X-Men 113, but could we get somebody who knows how to draw pretty women? These women are ugly." Another one from Stan Lee was, "Can we just all agree on the spelling of comic book and superheroes where it's all one word?" It was stuff like that. Like really just, just your normal, like if you ever worked in an office, it's your normal kind of what would normally be just, an email that you would just, automatically just send to your delete file, right? Mm-hmm. But he kept all of this stuff, and he's not selling it. He brings this stuff and he tells these stories just to share his life experience and share his career with people. And he will talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but if anybody gets a chance to talk to him, do it. Pack a lunch. Sit there with him and enjoy his stories. I am serious. You won't regret it. I would love to be able to make a video where I can scan each of these documents that he brought and film him talking about each of them one by one and show the documents on screen as he talks about it. I would love to do that. I need to get in contact with him again and see if I can make that happen. Because
that'd be great, like a sit-down interview. That'd be
awesome. And maybe I'm being a little morbid. Maybe it's because he just turned 68 and he's worried about, he's in like the last bit of his possible life, maybe. But he just wants to share his life with everybody, and it's super appreciative and just a wonder to listen to him.
Speaking of Shooter,
there's a picture of me on Torpedo Comics Instagram. He's 6'7", so he is taller than I am. So it was funny because everybody thinks I'm such a big guy, and I am a big guy. But Jim Shooter's 6'2". Ryan Stegman is there. I think Ryan Stegman and I are neck and neck. I think he's 6'3". John Beatty's another tall guy. He's like 6'1". So there's all these big guys here, and then little Mike Zeck, and John, my boss. He's a little guy too. He's like 5'9" or something. David Cullen in the chat because Gio's on pause right now. Funny show, guys. Anyone buying that Batman New 52 omnibus when it comes out in mid-October? It comes out October 30th. Thanks for saying that we're funny, that you're enjoying the show and whatnot. I'm definitely going to get it. Might not be day one, but I am definitely going to make that a part of my collection for sure. It's such a great series. I can't do anything with the questions. We're just going to David Cullen, you're now part of the show today, friend, because you're going to be on screen for the rest of the show. I'll do more questions in the chat. I just can't bring them on the screen because I am not the host, which is weird. I would think that when the host drops out, I would gain control, but I don't. Michael Lombardo, how awesome if we had a live-action Spider-Verse movie with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield cameos. No. I'm excited that you're excited about it. I can't stand Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man now. Andrew Garfield, I think, was a really good version of Spider-Man, or a really good Peter Parker. Just his movies were abysmal, unfortunately. Sorry. IST gift card. Tyler Mitchell is asking, has the awesome IST gift card been given away for September yet? No. Usually that is on the last show of the month. So I will presume, what's up, Gio? I will presume that the IST giveaway will be tomorrow. Does that sound right to you, Gio?
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Taylor, I think we're going to do it tomorrow because it's the last show of the month. So it should be tomorrow. We have to talk to our PR guy on our chat.
Oh, one of the things when Jim Shooter was at the store, he, like I said, he has all the stuff in his binder, like comic books and everything, right? He had the all black cover for, I think it's Solar Man of the Atom #0. Drawn by Barry Windsor Smith, and he brought it out and he was talking to one of the guys that came up to him at the table, and he was showing him the panels and how he made the story, and he was like, there was this critical part in the story that I gave to Barry Windsor Smith where the instrument in the helicopter or whatever is showing that this person died. And then Barry Windsor Smith, instead of showing those instruments, just showed me another picture of the helicopter, and I was not happy about that. And he had to fix it all in the dialogue in the copy. So it's really funny. Again, it's just those are the kind of stories that you wouldn't know unless you got to sit with them and talk to them.
I was at the movie theater last week, saw a New Mutants poster. That thing is still alive. Wow.
Wow, they still have that poster up? Huh. That's like somebody that has a calendar up from 1995.
I don't think that movie's going to come out. I'm thinking they'll just throw it on Hulu like they originally wanted.
Maybe. I would like to see it because homegirl that was in the Glass movie.
Oh yeah, Glass and Split.
Split, yeah. She looks great as Magic.
Yeah.
Creepy dude from Stranger Things. The whole cast, guy. The whole cast looks great as the characters. Look absolutely great, and I like the idea of it being kind of like a horror film. So we'll see what happens.
You guys stoked for the Watchmen TV show? I don't know. I guess I'll watch it, but it's not something I need to see. But hopefully it's good.
Yeah, I'm down to watch it. It's on HBO, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm down to torrent it, and
yeah.
But I'm not enthused. I'm glad that you're reading the book. I don't know if this is your first time reading it, but I don't think you need to read the book to understand the show, because they've said that the show is really not tied in with the book, and will not have modern day issue topics, which is what the original Watchmen, which are really all about, was.
Exactly.
1985 topics and political standings.
I think they took the safe route with that series. Maybe not.
Maybe it's good. It doesn't have to be all about Rorschach and him hunting down this guy that's going around killing supers. Yeah. But if it's not that, then can you really call it Watchmen? I mean, who knows? Who knows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, it's not, the series isn't over yet. I think there's one issue left of Doomsday Clock, but Doomsday Clock hardcover volume 1 comes out this week.
I totally forgot about that.
Yep. Automatic pass. I'll wait till they do a one complete hardcover.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? Does Marvel cameo the Fantastic Four in the next Spidey movie?
I would like to think that they will do whatever they do with Fantastic Four will be in a regular, not that Spider-Man is not an MCU movie, but since there's like a Sony kind of thing involved, I would think they would do it in a more 100% MCU movie. Maybe the next Guardians, which would make sense with space.
Yep.
Or even in the Disney Plus stuff, the Eternals, or who knows. But I think that's going to be coming up very soon, because there's been a lot of rumors. I don't like to pay attention to rumors or like give rumors any kind of real weight, but there's been so much Fantastic Four news and rumors, leaking out or whatever, that I think is going to come up sooner or later.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is great, El Denver. I support this idea. Choose the winner by having Gio hold up all the names one by one. Whoever he freezes on wins.
That's awesome. That might have to be it. Might have to be it.
Great. Do you think the
third?
We
have to bring that up to the guys.
Yeah. Do you think the third Connor and Palmiotti Harley Omni is out? That they'll go back and do the Kessel and Dodson run in Omnibus? It's only a matter of time, because Harley Quinn is pretty famous, and no matter what book you put out, I do think people will go out and buy it regardless.
No, I agree. And I like that Terry Dawson stuff a lot. That was really good. That stuff was fun.
Anyone reading Criminal? So do you think Image will release hardcover versions for previous series? Maybe, if there's demand for it, but I don't know. I haven't read Criminal.
I'm not reading Criminal right now, and it's not up to Image to re-release the hardcovers. I think that's a Brubaker decision. But that stuff's all creator owned.
Yeah.
And all creator owned and all independently controlled. So it's not Image. Like, you can't talk to Todd McFarlane or Eric Larson or Jim Valentino, but hey man, we would like to have that hardcover come out again. You would need to talk directly to Ed Brubaker. So
yeah.
if you see him at a con, or if you, I don't know how active he is on social media, tag him up. Be like, yo, bro, these things are out of print. They are expensive. Are they pricey right now? I'm not sure. But anytime something like that comes up and you want somebody to do a reprint, I've talked about this before. Screenshot like eBay sales and send it to them and say, hey, could we get a reprint of this? Look what it's going for on eBay. That is stupid.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because that's what happened with when I talked to the marketing guy from Boom at the Diamond Summit. I showed him. I was like, look at this irredeemable stuff. It's going for like $300-400 on eBay. He's like, I didn't know that, but let me know when that stuff happens. So.
To Kessel, Dunson, Harley, OHCs are 200 feet. You can just put those 2 books in. It doesn't have to be like one massive omnibus.
Yeah. I mean, I think the whole series was like 30, 32 issues.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so. Do the question right above that. The guy asking about the Fantastic Four's lack of appearances. Okay. So, but how would that explain the lack of Fantastic Four in Infinity War timeline? So this question comes up a lot, or this kind of situation comes out a lot, where people think that somehow that mutants should be explained as to why they haven't been there the whole time. I don't think that needs to happen. Same with Fantastic Four. You don't need to have, even though in comic book continuity and comic books timeline and comic book story and comic book history, the Fantastic Four were the very, very, very first ones. That does not have to be the fact in these movies. So you could do a Fantastic Four movie in current Marvel Cinematic Universe time frame after Infinity War, after Endgame, and it would still make sense. It would still be, you just go forward. You don't need to keep going back and explain why they weren't there in the beginning, why they weren't involved in Infinity War, why they weren't there in Ant-Man. You just drop them in and you just go forward. It doesn't have to be. People really need to separate comic book timelines from the movie timelines and not get those two and feel like they need to be the same thing at all.
Yeah.
Once you kind of get that out of your mindset, you'll enjoy these movies better.
Yeah, you could just. There's so many alternatives. They could be stuck somewhere in an alternate dimension, off-world. I don't know. The possibilities are endless on how to incorporate these new characters in.
It doesn't have to be that. It could just be like, all right, well, here is a scientist and his girlfriend and his girlfriend's brother and the scientist's best friend, and they are doing some kind of experiment, ultimate Fantastic Four style. The origin they did for the last Fantastic Four movie was perfect. I think that was one of the best current modern ways to do the Fantastic Four. You could take that, put that right into the Marvel MCU right here and now after Endgame, and it works, and it's fine.
Yeah.
There doesn't have to be like they've been around since the 60s and they're stuck in the negative zone the entire time. And Thanos snapped his fingers and it opened up a rip, and now here they are back. And same with the mutants. It doesn't have to be an explanation as to why they haven't been here the whole time. You just start with here they are now. Or with the mutants. Mutants have always been around. They've always been around. It's just now they're getting attention. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't have to explain why they haven't been there in the beginning. It doesn't need to be that way at all.
Plus, I like the idea of them going the ultimate route with them being younger and all that stuff. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I would like them to be younger. That's a really fun way of getting them together, especially with Peter and Johnny being such friends.
Mm-hmm. I want the irredeemable premiere hardcovers. Any idea when reprints are going to happen?
No idea. Hard to say. Idea. Hard to say.
Yeah, keep bothering on social media, Boom Studios, to at least raise some type of awareness that the books need to be reprinted.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at the prices on eBay, take a screenshot, send it to Boom and and Mark Wade, but yo, like, I want your books, but I'm not going to drop $200.
Exactly.
how about you guys do a reprint and you make money and I can get it for cheaper?
Yep. Is Dark Horse also a creator-owned publishing line? I often wonder why some omnibuses are hardcovers while others are softcover.
Yes, I don't think Dark Horse really owns many of their. They don't have much left anymore. As you know, that really kind of explains that answer a little bit. Like they've lost a lot of their there's a lot of licensing stuff they were doing, like Aliens.
Yep.
They still have Hellboy. Yeah, the Conan stuff they lost. They still have Hellboy, but that's Mike Mignola. They lost Usagi Yojimbo. Stan Sakai took that to IDW.
Yeah, IDW.
Who might be in Torpedo Comics in November. Maybe, possibly. Maybe.
Possible sexy announcement right there.
Yeah, and if it does happen, we'll have an exclusive Usagi Yojimbo cover you can only get at Torpedo, but that might not happen. We'll see. IDW says no, but Stan Sakai says yes, so we have to see what happens. Seriously, that's the situation.
That'd be great. What's the latest on a Metal Omnibus? No idea. I don't think we've heard anything, right?
Nope. Somebody in the chat earlier was saying how the Scott Snyder Greg Capullo Omnibus Volume 1 is like the first 30 issues. So the second omnibus, if they continue like that, the 32 issue per omnibus could include the rest of the New 52 run, which I think was only 52 issues, and the annuals, and possibly the metal stuff. But I remember, I think Snyder told me, I think I said it once, that Snyder said there was going to be a metal omnibus. No, that was the Batman omnibus, sorry. But that could happen. That could be part of the second omnibus. Mm-hmm. It could happen. Who knows? But yeah, it's really weird that metal, you and Jess have read it. I haven't read it yet, but they're all in different formats.
Yeah, it's insane. Are you guys going to see that epic Joker movie this week? Boy, what a controversy. We didn't even talk about it, but it's been all over the news with that damn movie.
Yeah, it's a lot of craziness surrounding it, I guess, because of the shooting in that movie theater during the last Batman movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing because the guy called himself the Joker and had orange hair. I don't know, but there is a lot of alerts and possible warnings or something like that going on. And the whole incel community. I don't know. I'm down to see it. I'm not sure if I'm going to see it this weekend, but I'm down to see it 100%.
I'm not blaming anybody. Everybody is, they're justified with their reasoning. I get it. But you shouldn't censor a movie. That's all I'm saying. Just be safe and watch it, enjoy it. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to see it this week, but I do want to watch it. Yeah, Al Denver and everybody else that pointed it out. Yes, this is the perfect answer to our Fantastic Four and X-Men thing. If there's a multiverse, anything's possible. So there you go.
I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want this to be like a multiverse. They've been there. Here they are now. Hello. Yeah, okay, Ryan Blue Thunder. You're right. I don't think he ever did call himself the Joker, but whatever.
Do you have any art of books you would recommend? I don't collect a lot of art books. What I do have, I have a Mark Brooks art book and a couple Humberto Ramos, but that's about it.
I have a lot of artist editions, like the IDW artist editions. I got a stack of those. I probably got like almost a dozen of them. I got a lot of them. Those are all really cool. There's a art of Todd McFarlane out there that's really cool. I like, and it's art and video games, or comic books and video games. I'm a Joe Mad fan, so I would also recommend the art of the Darksiders video game art books.
Ooh, wow. All 5 volumes of Irredeemable for $600 on eBay. Yikes.
Give me $400, you could have mine. or $5.50.
Yeah, it was. Do you remember? I think we did this episode like 2 years ago, where I think it was like a guilty pleasure episode. We were on it with Jess, and we had found this website that was going out of business, and it was selling all of its art books at low cost. Do you remember?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
I think I got it from them, and now you can't find those books anywhere. I should have ordered more. I didn't know what I was doing, so I ordered a Mark Brooks book. I had something from J. Scott Campbell, and I had something from Humberto Ramos, and something else. But now I'm like, oh, all these books are out of print. I can't get them. But I do have those three.
Are they expensive on eBay? Have you looked on eBay?
Not a lot of sellers, but the ones that do have it, they're selling it for like double the price, I think.
Yeah.
Especially the J. Scott Campbell stuff, because he has a lot of different books. Like they're all different colors. Like you'll have the blue book, the violet, red, white. Some of them are out of print, and others are just really expensive. But yeah, you know, I portfolio books that DC's putting out. Those look really cool. There's one with Frank Cho that just came out, which looks amazing, especially if you like his Harley Quinn.
I have one of the Frank Cho's Kickstarter books. He did art books.
Did you get the oh my god, I did a video on it on my channel. The Ballpoint Beauties. That was a
No, I got the first Kickstarter he did from a couple years ago. All my art books are upstairs in my attic, in my shelves up in my attic. But yeah, I got a lot of art books.
Yeah. This is easy. So, what is a prose book?
Prose book is basically a novel. It's just words. Is that, I guess, the simplest way I could put
it. Recommendations for good horror manga not by Junji Ito, but like Junji Ito. I'm going to be completely honest with you that while I love Junji Ito, I don't read a lot of horror, but I can recommend you Parasite, which does have a lot of body horror. There's also oh man, I think it was, what was the name of the book? I think it was, give me a second. Let me look it up. Hold up.
Okay, so if it's a manga and it's a body horror, let me guess what it's about. All right. It's about a man who belly button lint is actually a demon spirit from a universe where demon spirits race muscle cars. So out of his belly button is a really dope ass muscle car with the big huge engine blocks that stick out of the hoods, but the guy is really just like belly button lit. And he that muscle car is powered by fear and anchovy pizzas.
Close.
We should make our own. We should make my own manga out of these stupid ideas I come up with.
Oh man. There is a collection of ghost stories. I think it's called Aftermath Radio that probably you should check out. Parasite I have read, and I did watch the anime, and it's pretty fun. Basically, an alien-like parasite invades Earth, and they take over the bodies of people, and they can mutate their bodies and have like large weapons, and they can split off their heads and do all crazy sort of things. So if you like that type of horror with more alien invasion-esque aspect to it, then yeah, Parasite, I do like it. There's also the zombie one at what's the name? I am Hero, that a lot of people like to talk about. I haven't read it, but it's also a good one that you can check out.
So a lot of people in the chat are talking about Mark Brooks's art and how great it is. His originals are beautiful too. Like, if you've seen an original Mark Brooks, it's great. And somebody's talking about the variant covers that Mark Brooks did for House of X, Powers of X. The original artwork for that hangs in Torpedo Comics.
Ooh, nice. Nope, I have not done the review yet. That should be coming out in October, somewhere in October.
I haven't even watched it yet.
Yeah. Mark Brooks, he was in the Puerto Rico Comic Con, I'm going to say 2015 or 16, something like that. And he was doing like an original, like a huge commission piece for somebody. And it was pretty impressive to see him do it live. But I did buy 3 huge prints from him. They're still in here somewhere. I got to find them. I bought one for it was Guardians of the Galaxy, and another one was Spider-Gwen and a Captain Marvel. I love those 3.
Yeah, I have a couple of his prints because he's been in the store a few times. We'll probably get him again recently.
Let's see if I can find it. Hold on. Be right back.
Yeah, I have the print he did that has all the different Captain Marvels on it. It's really cool. Really cool. Yeah, Mike Lombardo, the Venom by Donny Cates hardcover comes out pretty soon. I wish it was already out already because Ryan Stegman was at the store yesterday. I would love to have gotten that signed by him, but I am excited for it because that Venom run is really, really good, and that Absolute Carnage is also really, really good. So it's a great time to be a Venom fan right now. Lots of good stories out there. Why the Last Man Omnibus coming at the end of the year, or was it canceled? Let me see what we are currently looking at for that Why the Last Man Omnibus.
Here's what I got. Let's see if you can see it from here. So this is one of the prints I got from him. It's signed. Where's his signature? There's his signature right there.
Oh, that one's great. Yeah. I was saying I have the one that had that he did. It has all the different versions of Captain Marvel.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, that one's great.
Here's Spider-Gwen.
Yep, I think I got that one too. I think I have that one.
Right there. And this one. With the Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's action-packed. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That guy is super talented. I remember when he was like a nobody just doing that cable Deadpool series.
Mm-hmm. But, just so detailed. That's awesome.
Just so lifelike.
Mm-hmm. One more close-up look at Captain Marvel, which I really love. It's my favorite out of the 3. It's really cool.
We should have like an art show-off episode or something. Back when Jess is feeling better.
I don't have a lot of stuff, but yeah.
All right, so we need we should start wrapping this up. It's 15 after.
Yep.
I got a date with the bar.
All right, you're gonna have a fun time. I'm sure of that.
I don't even watch football. I don't even care about football. I'm just there to hang out with my friend and eat pizza and cheap ass.
Oh yeah, and you can judge at all the people screaming like idiots to a TV.
Yeah, exactly. Great. Like you're yelling at the TV, like then these people are on the other side of the country, and you have zero control or influence over the game. Yeah, keep yelling.
Oh man, but you do know what we have control of? Our sponsor, InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions and manga up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts, tack onto that an extra 2%. And if you order more than $50, you get free shipping. the best, fantastic, wonderful, amazing, spectacular customer service that you will not find anywhere else, and just the best bomb-proof free packaging, as we used to say, that you can only find at InStockTrades.com. The code should be coming out eventually, probably next month, and look out for our IST card giveaway, which will probably be tomorrow night. So there you go. And big thank you to all the chatters. You have been great. Lots of interesting questions. It's been another fantastic yelling is stupid. That's why. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Gabe, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram. Gabe loves 90s comics. Follow OmniBros Live on Instagram. I think we're literally like 1 or 2 followers away from the big 1,000.
Ooh, yeah. Nice.
And like Gio said, if you're interested in like the cool signings that we do at Torpedo and stuff like that, follow Torpedo. We do a signing every month, and I always put up. I do the social media for Torpedo. I always put up lots of. Thank you. I do lots of cool videos of all the walkthroughs. You can actually go to Torpedo's Instagram page now, and on our main profile page is a highlight called Store Tour, where you can see John, the owner, give Ryan Stegman, Jim Shooter, Mike Zeck, and John Beatty a tour of the store. So I do that at every signing when he gives a tour.
Nice.
So it's cool stuff. So yeah, check it out. That's where you can find me, guys.
All right.
And Gio, where can everybody find you? Where's all your fun social media stuff at, sir?
You can find me at A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime, comics, manga, and everything else in between, here on YouTube and Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as well. So yeah, just type A Week in Geekdom and I'm probably there. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Blessings to all. Have a great day, morning, night, wherever you may be. Be safe out there, and we will catch you tomorrow for Monday's show about hauls, previews, and reads. Bye, everybody.
Have a good day, everybody. Smoke crack and worship Satan.
Amen to that.